working. There we go. Right, I think we're ready to go. So good evening and welcome to everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for our regular business opportunity call. And this is a great chance because I know so many people ask us, what do we actually do? And this is an opportunity for you to hear from real people and hear real stories on how the Juice Plus products have made a difference to people's health and how the Juice Plus business has actually impacted people's lives. So, rather than me talk about it or Howard do the presentation, we feel that this is a great way for you to hear from, as I say, real life people. So, Howard, should we start straight away with the presentation?
Go for it, yeah. So, I'd like to just extend my own welcome to all of you guys who've come on board here, especially the people who are either new to the business or those looking at this for perhaps the very first time. The idea is really to, as Michelle says, just to give an overview as to what we do. It's probably going to hopefully curiosity be the case, and do get back to the person who invited you onto this call and get your questions answered. Because what we want to do is to be able to give you enough information that you can make a validated decision. So, as I said, a warm welcome to you all. And if we'll go straight into the first slide, please. We basically operate. Yes, next slide when you're ready, Michelle. Yeah, we operate essentially a low-cost franchise, in so much it's a very low fee to actually become a distributor within the Juice Plus company. We have the power of a company that is, as this slide illustrates, that it was founded in 1970, so coming up to 50 years old, 48 years old now. The management team is largely those that actually founded the company. In fact, the president, Jay Martin, he was a former school teacher who founded the company back in 1970, and a man with a massive vision, that a really inspirational man to hear from, and who, despite the fact that he's well into his 70s now, is totally committed to driving this company forward, and for us to continue to be the preeminent producer of whole food supplements in the world today. So, as I say, we're art selling in the traditional sense of the word, but product has to move from the manufacturing company to the end user. And also we're involved in network marketing as well. So we're a network franchise as well. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. So if we can have the next slide, please. Talk amongst yourselves. I'd like to have the next slide if that's possible. Yeah, exactly. So basically, how do we make money? There are four essential areas that we're in which we can do this. The first is to create retail customers, to build a customer base ourselves. And all that means is that we essentially share what we already believe in. Any distributor really who's been taking the product for a little while will have established their own product story, and they share their passion, their enthusiasm for the products, and share it with the people that they know and they come into contact with. And from that, one can derive a retail profit. Now, to do that, obviously, it is relatively labor intensive. You need to keep on finding customers and developing customers, and obviously retaining them as well. So the smarter thing to do would be to actually expand one's business and actually get paid for for recommendations from your customers. They may well know people that that could benefit in the same way that they have, and as a result, you will get paid for making recommendations. But the step beyond that is that those people may all of a sudden realize, well, you know what, I'm actually recommending people to you. Perhaps I can actually get involved in the business as well and develop a business myself. And that way is the start, the sort of embryonic stage of building a team. And as a result of that, one can derive a networking commission, because the company recognizes that those sales, that distribution would not have happened without you instigating the process at the beginning. So you are paid a small percentage of a growing team that you initially created. And beyond that, we become teachers, because our job, if we have a job at all, is to actually teach other people to do exactly what we do, and that is to establish a retail customer base and to develop a team. And one can build a team or as big or as small as one wishes to fit in around one's everyday life. And that is a key thing here. 90% of the people within Juice Plus actually do this business part-time, and I include myself here. So the products themselves, the business is but meaningless without the products themselves. And the world's best-selling whole food supplement, and also the most research, with over 20 years of independent peer-reviewed research. And I think I'm right in saying that there are now no fewer than 38 peer-reviewed scientific studies really underlining the efficacy of these products, that they do what they say they do on the tin and more. So what we have here very quickly is, starting left to right. On the left, you see some multicolored pouches, green, red, and purple. Those are the soft chewables, which are very, very popular with children. In fact, as a company, we give these away to children for free. Do talk to the person who invited you on this call to find out how children can actually obtain Juice Plus absolutely free. That said, there are big kids, I mean adults, who enjoy those gummies as well. They are really rather delicious. Now, they spawned as a result of the capsules, which are in the center of the picture, the green, red, and purple, which are the fruit, vegetable, and berry capsules. When I got involved and I first saw this business over 20 years ago, all that existed were the fruit and vegetable capsules. So now we have added berries. So 2 a day of those, which is the recommended dose that one takes, is the equivalent. Basically, that there are the rudiments of the phytonutrients, the minerals, the living enzymes, and the vitamins of no fewer than 29 different fruits, vegetables, and berries going directly into your bloodstream every single day, conveniently covering the gaps, filling in the gaps between what we should be eating and what realistically with our busy lives, we're able to consume each and every day. Now, on the right-hand side, there's an interesting range of products. Now, you could probably see the word complete, the Juice Plus Complete range. The pouches, the brown and the pale beige colored pouch, is a chocolate and vanilla protein shake, a plant-based protein shake, and this was actually produced in consultation with elite athletes. But it's an incredibly versatile product. When I first reacquainted myself with Juice Plus about nearly 5 years ago now, I was looking for because I was training for a very big cycling event, and I knew that the quality of the nutrition would underpin the training that I was doing, but I was looking for a recovery drink, and a plant-based protein as opposed to a dairy-based protein really was just the ticket for me. But it goes way beyond that. Now I do less cycling, but I always have breakfast, and guess what? I have a smoothie for breakfast every single morning, and the rudiments of 17 fruits and vegetables in those protein powders are very reassuring. It gives me the complex carbohydrate that I need, as well as plant-based protein. And you can make really, really good smoothies with them as well. The limit is your imagination with that. In front of those, you've got the 2 bars. You have a fruit bar and a chocolate bar. Very, very convenient for healthy snacks on the go. Very, very useful to actually take around with you. And in the wintertime, a lot of people are very keen on the Juice Plus soup, the complete soup, which is the little green sachet on the right-hand side. So there is conceivably something for everyone. But more recently, if we go to the next slide, in fact, this was actually appeared only last year. We had some omega or a plant-based omega product which was added to the range, and perhaps we'll cover that in a little more detail later. But that's enough for me for the time being. Let's hear from some people who really have enjoyed the benefits of these products, and I'll hand you back to Michelle to introduce our next speakers.
Thank you so much, Howard. That was absolutely fantastic. I know I threw you in there to sort of just start it, but that was great. And I think really what we've done is just give you a very, very quick overview of what we do with the Juice Plus products, and a little bit about the background of the company and what we do as Juice Plus distributors. But I'll tell you a little bit about my story, because I first got involved after watching a presentation, albeit it wasn't on a video screen, it was actually live, but there was a presentation. I'd gone along, somebody had invited me along as somebody that they knew was interested in health. And at the time I had a busy beauty salon, and I did have a huge interest in health. But watching the presentation and understanding what the products were, for me as a therapist, it was that aha moment, because I could look after my clients from the outside by doing facials and recommending skincare products, but I'd always felt that there was something missing. You know, I know that for the skin to really look, that vibrant and really healthy, it comes from within. It comes from what we put into ourselves. And as much as we all know what a good diet is, my clients were very aware what a good healthy diet is. But I think as busy working mums as we were back, at that time, it's really the constraints of managing food, that variety of fruits and veg. We talk about juicing, and it's a great theory, but in practice, it's not always that easy to do on a daily basis. So as soon as I heard about these products, it was like, wow, that's what my clients need. I need to be able to recommend that because it's so simple. And you've got this huge variety, and now we've got the 30 different fruits and vegetables and berries. So I was very excited to be able to introduce this to my clients as well as to take it for myself. And then, having taken it for myself, there were so many benefits I got. Not least was this sort of so much more energy. Now I've been on the products for almost 17 years. So they've
17 years.
17 years, yeah. So 17 years in January. So, it's made such a big impact. Not that I had any major health issues, sort of niggly little things, but nothing major. But the big thing was I had so much more energy. And now I can say sort of, in the wrong end of 50, I actually have more energy now than I had in my sort of 30s, perhaps even late 20s. So, from that point of view, it's been brilliant. And my immune system, whereas I always got colds. If a client came into the salon with a cold, I dreaded it because I thought, I'm the one that's going to catch that bug from them. And now, touch wood as I say it, but I very, very rarely, probably, whereas I guess I probably had at least 4 colds a year. And I bet in the last 17 years, I haven't had 4 colds. So for me, that's, the products just speak volumes. And then the other side of that is the business side, because when I got involved with, it was really only to recommend these products because I knew it was something that so many people would benefit from. The business, because I already had my own beauty business, and it was I'm too busy to do anything else until I actually understood the beauty of network marketing. And 17 years later, what we have got is a flexibility and a freedom that I never would have got from my traditional business, because if I didn't work, I didn't get paid. So there was literally no freedom. You didn't take a holiday. A week's holiday was quite hard. But this business has given me so much in terms of this sort of freedom and flexibility. So much so that my husband and I have now moved down to Portugal, and we're running the business from here. So, I could go on and on and on about it, but we've got 4 other testimonials that I want you to hear from 4 other people that are in our business. Or what I think I love most about this business is the people that are involved with it, because we all come from such different, diverse backgrounds, but we've all got that common goal of wanting to help others and to make a difference. And I know each and every person on this call that's involved in the business already does just that. So, can we have Safia on? Safia,
Yeah, hiya.
Mute yourself, lovely.
Yeah.
Would you like to share with us? I know I'm going to let you tell your story, so I'll let you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself and what it was that you liked about the Juice Plus products and what you'd like to do with the business. I know you're relatively new to the business, but you've already got a flying start. So
bless you. So I'm Safia, I'm from Bristol, and I started on the products in November last year. And like you, Michelle, I didn't really have many issues with health, or my skin wasn't terrible or anything like that, yet I still noticed differences, which I think is just massive. First of all, it was my energy. I started off on the fruit and veg, and my energy was boosted. It was over winter and I didn't get ill. And then I incorporated the shakes and the berries, and it helped my skin, my hair. I lost loads of weight that I didn't even know I needed to lose. So all of these amazing benefits, and it was just so simple, so easy, and a very cheap and easy way of doing it as well. In terms of the business, I fell in love with the products and decided to join the business in February this year. And that has been absolutely amazing. I got my first promotion when I was in Bali in May. And just the fact that you can travel is incredible. And right now I've moved to Germany and I'm living here now, and it's nice coming here and not knowing that I have to like find another job that I'm not going to enjoy. I can literally put all my energy into doing Juice Plus and building that. And yeah, it's been absolutely insane. I've absolutely enjoyed the opportunity so much, and the people that you meet, the opportunities that you get to go and do, it's all just amazing. It's absolutely life-changing.
And we're looking forward to partying in Barcelona with you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Safia. So, Simone, are you there? So, Simone is a healthcare.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Got you.
Yes. Hi. Thank you. Hi.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you. So, my name's Simone, and I'm in Cardiff, just outside Cardiff, and I'm an acupuncturist and herbalist, and I've been qualified in complementary therapies for about 18 years. And the lady who introduced me to Juice Plus definitely led with the business, first of all. So I think that's one question that comes up with people. Do you lead with the business or do you lead with the product? And what she said to me made a lot of sense business-wise, that obviously when you're a practitioner and a sole trader, if you, as you said, Michelle, if you have no customers, you have no income. So when the weather's bad and we have the beast from the east, then patients can't get to clinic, or January, people can't travel, maybe the weather's bad or they're broke after Christmas. August goes quiet as well because people are on their summer holidays. And so being a sole trader in any profession, I think, has its peaks and troughs. And it makes a lot of sense with the Juice Plus franchise that you can have your bread and butter coming in every month. So I thought that really sounded fantastic and it appealed to me. But my concern was that I've been doing Juice Plus for about 3 years now, 3.5 years. But at the time, I'd been a practitioner for 15 years in healthcare, and I really was worried about my reputation. And I thought, I love all the rah-rah and it sounds fantastic, but actually, what's the real deal behind this? Because I'm not staking my reputation on something that just has good marketing around it. And that was when I found out about the research. And in actual fact, the first time I met Manfred, which was in Barcelona, however many years ago that was, at the last conference there, I was completely blown away by the high standard of research. Because now it's not me telling my patients that I feel better from the product and I've been taking them for years. It's me saying, I've got all the research, I have physical copies of it if you want to see it. And that relates to diabetes, to ovarian cancer, to childhood obesity. There's just something for all of my patients that I can relate back to Juice Plus. So that was really a breakthrough business-wise for me. It made a lot of sense, and I thought, great, let's do it. I couldn't do it. I didn't want to sell to people. And so for the first couple of years, I just kind of kept this big secret to myself, thinking, well, I use it for myself and for my family, and we definitely feel better, but my patients are already spending a lot of money on treatments and they can't afford it. All these other assumptions that I made, making their minds up for them because I didn't want to sell to them. And then one day I had a huge wake-up call from one of my patients who said, how come you never get ill in the winter when everybody comes in coughing and spluttering over you and I feel rotten? And I said, well, you know, I eat well, I sleep well, and I take Juice Plus. And she said, well, what is this Juice Plus? And I said, it's fruit and vegetables in a capsule. It's quite simple, really. And she said, so if you use this on your family and on yourself, and I come here and I pay you to give me healthcare advice, why haven't you told me about it? Ouch. So that was my wake-up call. That was, you know, this isn't about me. This isn't about me saying I don't want to sell. I now feel like I have a duty of care to share this with my patients because it does work for me. It does work for my family. My husband started a year ago and he did a weight loss program with us, even though it's not a weight loss product. We put together a program of healthy eating and exercise and Juice Plus for him. He lost 15 kilos in 3 months and he's kept it off a year later. So, you know, there's a lot of benefits that we have in our family. And now I'm really happy to share it with my patients as well.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you're sharing it with people. I mean, this is the thing. It needs to get out there because the benefits are so great. And
Yeah.
that's really, that was hearing that story about your patient. I can see how that was a bit of a wake-up call for you. And,
It was.
yeah,
It was. I
it
think
really
we need to
was.
get out of our own way sometimes and stop making people's minds up for them. We just share it with them and let them choose for themselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. Really appreciate it, Simone. So, Harriet Mitchell.
Hello, hi.
Hello. Hello. And is baby still asleep?
She is. Daddy's on duty.
Great. Okay, so we've got you. We've got you.
Yeah. Okay. So I've just got some little notes here. I'm trying to make sure I don't waffle on for ages. So my Juice Plus journey started in my first pregnancy. It was about halfway through, about 20 weeks. And I had a test done on my bloods only to find out that my iron levels were really depleted. So the midwife said to me, right, you really need to go on iron supplements. And I was like, well, I'm already taking Pregnacare and goodness knows what else. I didn't know the difference between synthetic and whole food nutrition back then. And I was like, why are they not working? Why do I need to take more products? And that's when I was introduced to Juice Plus, and I was told, well, it's natural, it's fruit and vegetables in capsule. Maybe the leafy greens in the veg capsules will make a difference. So I thought I'd try it. And let's just say by the end of that pregnancy, I never took iron supplements. So I carried on taking my Juice Plus. After baby was born, about 6 months old, I was recommended to do the detox program, which was at the time was Transform 30. So it was 30 days, and that was just the beginning of everything for me. I lost, I can't remember how many, but I think I did 11 pounds in 30 days, but it was a catalyst for losing 2 stone. It changed my diet, my health, my family's, the way we eat in general. And then obviously I put my little boy, I tipped the capsules in his milk. And then as soon as he could have solids, he was on the chewies. And my husband takes the capsules as well. So that was the beginning for us. And then the business was offered to me, and it just made so much sense while I was on maternity leave. It was a sense of financial freedom. I could have my own money again whilst on maternity leave. Obviously, it's a virtual business, so I didn't have to have any stock. I don't have to have an office. I can work from my phone, which works really, really well as being a mum. So that was the reason for me to jump on board. I was like, I'm already telling everybody about this and waffling on loads, so I might as well get behind the business. So then fast forward, I've just had baby number 2. And during that pregnancy, I had really bad HG. I had it with my first, but it only lasted about 9 weeks. With this pregnancy, it was 16 weeks of pure hell sickness. I had 5 weeks bedbound and not at work. And the only thing I could actually swallow was the shakes. They were an absolute lifesaver for me at the beginning. And that's kick-started again, like this energy to tell more mums about it, especially mums that are suffering from HG fitness. There's so much nutrition in Juice Plus and the Complete. Why not share the product? So yes, I also had the same blood test done on this pregnancy at the same point as my last pregnancy regarding my iron levels, and this time my iron levels were completely normal and stayed normal the entire pregnancy. I took no other supplementation other than Juice Plus the entire pregnancy. I had a far better labour than the first time, and recovery has been so much better. And other things I noticed was, like, I didn't have the same swelling as last time, like water retention. I didn't have the muscle ache that I had last time either. Just little things that made a massive difference in pregnancy ultimately. So yeah, so that's the reason that I love it, and now I'm just aiming to inspire as many other mums to come on board and have the same experiences I've had.
Brilliant. I mean, I love your story because I think it is so powerful. Just the fact that everything was so much easier for this second pregnancy. And yeah, and that
baby as well.
and to have that energy. So yeah, definitely, it's a really, really powerful story. So again, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. So before we You want to say something now? So I'm just going to introduce you now to my other half. So he's sat here beside me, and I'm going to turn the screen around and let him introduce himself.
There we go. Good evening, everybody. My name is Gordon Wilkie, if you didn't know. And I've been involved with the Juice Plus business now for 27 years. So quite a long time. And interestingly enough, I was introduced to Juice Plus by a fellow accountant, or a friend of mine. And that's my background. I was an accountant before Juice Plus. This particular gentleman invited me along to a meeting. He knew I was health conscious, and he shared the stories about some of the products, and it just made sense to me in terms of my own mind. And I went along to a meeting first and foremost to see what the business opportunity was like, because here was something that was intriguing. It was a new form of business for me at that stage, and I wanted to learn some more. So went along to the meeting, lots of information shared. But there was something that kind of triggered in the back of my mind. And it was really, look, here was a way of actually working, hard, maybe 3 to 5 years part-time, and build up an income stream that you would actually get paid for the rest of your life. That's what I saw at that meeting. And, I'm glad to say 27 years later, I now get paid from 24 of the 27 different countries that Juice Plus operate in. We, together with Michelle and I, we've actually moved now down to Portugal and moved our business down there, and we're still able to operate from this location. And really, the kind of opportunity that Juice Plus has afforded us has been immense. The products are really the key to the whole thing, and listening to the stories on tonight, are just fantastic. And even myself, I'm probably the same weight as I was 27 years ago. In fact, even younger than that. And I think what Juice Plus does is it puts you on a journey. It gets you to look after your health. It gets you to think about what you're putting into your body. And, our mission statement as a corporate entity is to inspire healthy living around the world. And if you can't inspire people by being a product of the product, then you're never going to do that yourself. So that's what I see in terms of the product. I'm excited about the future. I see the possibilities and the opportunities getting even bigger. There's so many people that I look around in Portugal, that are not healthy. And, we're sharing our kind of story to a lot of people out here. So, it's really something that continues on, and it's a global opportunity. I see Gordon there in America. We've got a business now that can span across continents, and literally by looking people up on the internet like we are tonight, we can actually kind of touch so many people and share our stories with them, which is fantastic. But that's all for me now. I'll pass you back to my better half, and she'll finish off tonight's meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Gordon. So I'm just going to hand back to Howard as we just wrap up.
To finish, he scores the low.
Thanks very much, Michelle. Some amazing stories there, and I hope each of the people here again for the first time, have derived some interest there, and maybe something there has just sort of sparked something in your mind. Maybe as I say, it might have provoked more questions than answers. But if we think, most of us come into the Juice Plus business with some sort of entrepreneurial spirit, if you like, and it's probably best summed up, if you have a bit of a question mark above your head at the moment, by none other than perhaps our greatest entrepreneur that this country's ever produced anyway, Sir Richard Branson. And he basically said, if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not entirely sure you can actually do it, just say yes and then learn how to do it later. And the amazing thing about what we have is that there are a number of people who have a vested interest in your success. So that although you may be in business for yourself, you are never, ever by yourself. And this was something that was very reassuring to me when I actually looked at the Juice Plus business. I knew I was going to have to relearn or learn again some of the marketing techniques that this company employs. And I had to become a good student. And I'm so glad that I have, because I'm very fortunate that that Michelle and Gordon and a number of other people have become good friends in the 4 or 5 years that I've been involved. And as such, I've been able to sort of learn a tremendous amount and hopefully instill that and impart that onto the people that I introduce into this program. So, you know, it may also be going through your head, well, I've seen something here, it sounds kind of interesting, but, you know, maybe the timing isn't entirely right. You might one day find a company with a product range that's well established, that has all the scientific research. But can you afford to take your chance? So to take that chance, to let the opportunity pass you by, ask yourself 3 questions, therefore. Have you seen enough to get me excited and actually join today? And would you like to have a mentoring call from some of the people that you've actually heard from this evening, or indeed other people within the team, within our group that we work with and are building this business for? So that mentoring call will be really the idea is to get you started right and to help you get in the right direction. And who also do you know who would be interested in joining you and starting to build a team? Because as I said, that is one of the key elements of what we do. Build a customer base, but also build a team and then teach them to do exactly the same thing. And if you have got those questions answered, as I say, get back to the person who invited you, and we'll see.
It's 8 o'clock this thing, not 9 o'clock.
I think
that's enough of me.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Howard. That's absolutely brilliant. And I'd just like to extend, just to say thank you so much to everybody to join us. Anybody that's on the call, please go back to the person that invited you to join in. And if you've got any questions, or if you want to have a chat with any of us, myself, Howard, or Gordon, any of us that are on the call, we're only too happy to do a 3-way call or a Zoom call or whatever. So I'm just going to check if there are any questions. I don't know if anybody's added any questions. Okay. So does anybody want to ask us anything before we finish off? If you would like to ask a question, you're very welcome to unmute yourself.
Keep portion control simple. It's one skew of the kids.
I can hear somebody's got a TV going, I think. But anyway, I'll just thank you all for your time, and very happy to speak to anybody in the future. And then to finish off by thanking Howard for a fantastic presentation, and to all of our speakers. So Safia, thank you. Simone, that was brilliant. Harriet, and of course Gordon. Thank you all so much. Good night, everyone.
Pleasure. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
I know. I know. I know.